Hello everyone. Today I'd like to talk about bees. There are some beehives on a farm near my house, and many bees live in them. I sometimes go there and see bees. Do you know bees have helped people for a long time? In one country, there is a picture which shows people got honey from beehives. I was surprised to know that people enjoyed eating honey many years ago. Bees make honey from nectar and we can enjoy honey. Bees have a society. Have you seen a beehive before? A lot of bees live in one beehive as a group. In a group, there is one queen bee, and there are many drones and more worker bees. The queen bee is the biggest of the three kinds. They have their own things to do and they live together in their society. Only the queen bee lays eggs. She lays about 1,500 eggs in one day. Drones help her when she lays eggs. Worker bees do many things in a society. For example, they build the beehive, take care of the queen bee and her babies, and bring pollen and nectar to the beehive. There was a person who studied bees. In 1919, he found that bees can communicate. How do bees communicate with other bees? When one bee finds flowers, it goes back to the beehive and does a dance for other bees. Other bees can't go to the flowers and get nectar, because they can't understand where the flowers are from the dance. It is interesting to know that bees can communicate. Bees help people by making honey, and also help people on farms. Do you know that bees are very important for food we eat? They are needed for growing many kinds of foods on farms. When bees fly from one flower to another flower, they bring pollen from flower to flower. To grow food on farms, bees are very important. Look at Graph A, it shows the numbers of groups of bees making honey in the United States. In 1982, there were more than 4 million bee groups, but in 2007, there were only about 2,500,000. People who study bees say there are many reasons for that. For example, some bees cannot find places for their beehives. And some bees die because chemicals are used on farms. The number of bees became smaller in many other countries too. They say that the number of bees will become smaller if we don't do anything to help bees. Graph B shows the percentages of crops pollinated by bees. In Graph B, you can learn that bees help people for growing some foods. If you see these two graphs, you can say that it will be more difficult for people in the United States to grow foods, like almonds, apples and blueberries, if the number of bees becomes smaller in the future. In Japan, in 2010, it was difficult for people working on farms to have bees they needed. Some people are studying bees in Japan now. I hope that in the future some good answers will be found by them. It is important for us to know more about bees. Bees have helped us for a long time. We will lose some foods if there are not any bees in the future. Now, we have to think about things people can do to help bees.